I'm sure you know about it because you've watched all the episodes that we've uploaded to YouTube, right?
Yeah, I watched all of them.
Oh.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's me, LaDonna Ray, your show host on the LaDonna Ray Show. I am so thrilled all the time, but you know, I got all this energy and I just want to let it out. OMG, you know, we interview those content creators from all over the world. I'm talking songwriters, producers, singers, vocal coaches, authors, actors, all of the like, right here on the LaDonna Ray Show. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's LaDonna Ray. You are watching the LaDonna Ray Show. I'm your host, LaDonna Ray. As you know, we talk to those content creators from all over the world. I'm talking Las Vegas, Houston, Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm just naming a bunch of places that I recall the people that I've talked to. Not to mention the UK has been in the house. We are all over the globe, and we're right here in Chicago. Man, COVID really did it for us, didn't they? Don't call it a pandemic, call it a plandemic, okay? All right, but today we have a very special guest. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Rothstein Beatz.
Hello, how you doing, LaDonna? What's
Man,
going on, everybody?
I'm doing fine. I'm sitting here virtually next to you, and we're so honored to have you on our show today.
Hey, man, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you, LaDonna. It's been overdue, but now here we are. We're here rocking, so thank you again.
Man, you know, I'm not going to talk about how you clown me, but here's the thing. No, actually, it wasn't even you. It was quite a few people. No, that's right. It wasn't you. It was, and I don't want to go into it because a lot of people don't understand the power of networking until they go into the No Egos room. And when I say the No Egos room, I'm talking about the No Egos room on Clubhouse. So if you guys are not familiar with Clubhouse, are they still under a rock or are they just not in tune?
They're lost right now. If you don't know about Clubhouse, you're lost in the wilderness.
Lost in the sauce.
That's right.
Each and every morning, Monday through Friday, from at least on my time, you guys get on there at 8 a.m. Central. Is that correct?
8 a.m. Eastern.
Eastern. I'm going to say Central because I'm Central. So 8 a.m. Central, Eastern. They start off with the No Egos room. And this is where you have people like Auntie Jackie, 42, of course, Rothstein, Bottz, and all of your regular moderators. This room is where everyone has the power of networking. And that's what it's called as far as the club goes. But there's magic being made in this room. Hello, tell us about it.
Man, I'm telling you, every day is something new. It's either a catchphrase that we're laughing about, are we meeting somebody from a different country? So Music Network and No Egos on Clubhouse, it's really just started as like a bunch of friends just meeting in a room at random times. Like we didn't have no rhyme or reason. We would just show up and then next thing you know, it's just more and more people started to join the family, as I like to say. And so this actually started, I've been on the app since November, but I didn't really get my club until February timeframe. So then we was having some issues with some people in the room, so I kind of stopped doing it. But then Auntie Jackie was like, Rothstein, people need you. I get text messages like, Roth, when you doing the room, we have a good time in your room. So once all that happened, I was just like, all right, bump it. Let's get organized. Let's get a set time and set schedule that we're going to do this room and just watch and see what happens. And now we're probably about 2 to 3 months consistently, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 12, rocking out the room, causing people to, get their careers to advance. Some people fell in love in that room with people. A couple was made out of the room. So there's a lot of things that go down in the music networking room.
So when did you start to realize that the room is more of a morning show versus just a room that you start each and every morning?
Man, it's the characters, man. It's like a lot of your favorite morning shows, you have certain people that play a role. Whether you have the person that makes the jokes, whether you have someone who's a little bit more serious. So just with the characters and my family members that's in the room, we're like, man, I got that all the time. Like, man, this is like an old school radio show. Like, we missed this, so Bottz came up with the great idea to be like, hey, man, let's call ourselves the morning show. And I'm like, well, shoot. I mean, a lot of the greatest shows start in the morning, Breakfast Club, Steve Harvey, So we just kind of took that same blueprint of, creating something that wake you up in the morning, get your day started.
It really does, because in the morning I'm usually running for the train, and I'm on a train where people give you the hairy eyeball if you're talking. So I don't get on the stage until I get off the train, because I know y'all gonna say, but my favorite teacher. I'm like, man, I can't talk. But yesterday I took a chance and just said, forget it, I'm gonna talk. And sure enough, I got the hairy eyeball. But speaking of your family members, everybody playing a role. You can tell me, I won't say anything, but is Aunt Jackie really crazy?
Aunt Jackie is amazing. She is like your typical Black mother. Like, she will love on you, give you the best love in the world, but she'll whoop your ass if you out of line. So, can I cuss on here?
Absolutely, you can cuss on here.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I'm cussing and wilding out. Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah. She'll whoop your ass if you out of line. You know what I mean? So yeah, Aunt Jackie is, like I said, amazing woman. She changed my life. I'm so thankful for her. So I definitely want to shout Aunt Jackie out.
That's really cool. So, as you know, everybody kind of pulls together. She comes in at a certain time. We know when she comes in to what to expect, and she just gets on in. Her laugh is so infectious. I know it by heart, And then you got 42 talking about being 342 years old. He brings that old school flavor. He's not supposed to know certain things, but he does. It's just amazing to me. And then you come in with the hello. Now, the funny thing is, when someone invited me to your room, they said you should get into the No Egos room. It's a music room. You got your show going. Go in there and just see what you can do as far as networking. And when I went in there, I had been in that room before because I remember hearing your voice saying hello. But I think at that time you were giving everybody moderator badges or something. I just remember this room from a long time ago on Clubhouse is 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? But I really enjoyed the room then, but I just, there's so much inundation of rooms that you just kind of find your way. But I am loyal to the No Egos room. I ain't going nowhere.
No, we ain't gonna let you go nowhere. You know what I mean? You come through with the Spanish. I hear you with the Spanish.
So you know my hello.
I know your hello. You got your own hello too. So you know what I mean? So it's just like that. Like every day we just building with each other. It's just like you get to know people like you work with. People you work with, you just, see each other day in, day out, and then you start becoming a family. Some of the family members don't like each other. Some of the people got, what I mean? But they got to work with each other. So it's just a part of, dealing with all that.
This is interesting that you say that because, of course, we think about how there have been duos and dynamic trios that have come together where they really don't like each other behind the scenes. But family is family. And as long as that chemistry comes off, you're going to keep people coming back all the time. And I'm one of them. So let me ask you this. Who's been sliding in your DMs from the No Egos room that you're just like, whoa?
Who you want a name? You trying to put people on blast right now?
Just give me a scenario of the craziest DM that you've received from being in the No Egos room.
That my voice makes her moist, pretty much.
You sound like 42 now.
Yeah, they love me. They love me saying hello. So a girl said, I want you to say hello to me while we da da da. And so that's probably the craziest one I got. Is a girl wanted me to say hello while we doing the do.
Wow. So did you do it?
No. Hello.
I'm trying to picture that. Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm sure that, along with, because, Clubhouse just introduced their DM feature. Now we got another set of DMs to check. I kind of like the DMs on the IG because it forces people to go to my IG and my numbers have gone up on the IG. But with you, what is your preference? Do you like to have it kind of separated on Clubhouse or do you prefer to keep it the way that it was?
I prefer to keep it separate because I get people that just on Instagram, they may not even be on Clubhouse, and then they'll DM me and, I just get random follows. So at least Clubhouse, I can keep it all in one area. And it actually, I don't know, does it save your chats? Do it save the chat?
It appears to. I still have the chats. Someone said, glad to see you on here. I'm like, we wasting time. I don't need to see that. We're all happy to be here. I'm just trying to keep it moving.
So now they usually do that in my Instagram DM. Thank you, Rothstein, for the room. Da 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 da. Now it's coming through that DM, so it's like, man, I got another place. You know what I mean? That I got to kind of manage, because people get mad if you don't respond. You know what I mean?
They do.
They like, I had one guy. I didn't know him at all. I was gonna help him out, and then he asked me for money, and I'm like, hold on. He talking about buying beats, and then that turned into him asking me for money. So I blocked him. Like, I'm just like,
yeah.
Like, come on, you wasting time that I could have helped somebody else.
How much did he ask for? How much did he ask for?
It was like $40 or something like that.
All right, so can I get 35?
I got you. Now, 35.
Wait, don't block me though. Don't block me.
No, you good.
Okay.
I know you now. This is not your first time meeting me. If your first time meeting me, you asking me for money, I'm gonna have to block you. So then he creates a whole nother account just to say, hey bro, you blocked me. Like,
I know I did.
Obviously, that's like so you telling me what I know. So, you know, that is, you know, some of the things that do come with Clubhouse. Yeah. But to have that stay on Clubhouse would be better than Instagram, because, you know, I like to keep my business on Instagram.
Yeah, I like that, because here's the thing. If I remember when I first started on Clubhouse, I'm kind of like you. I started back in November. Mm-hmm. My son told me about it. I was like, I don't have time for Clubhouse. It sounds like something to play with. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put food on the table. And he's like, you got to get on Clubhouse. You got to get on. I don't have time for Clubhouse. But when I finally utilized it, I remember being on it from sundown to sun up, and I could not get off of it. It was just a constant battle. And at one point I was on each and every night in one of the rooms. It was crazy. 98% of my interviews before, I would get them from sending out this email blast, hoping to find someone that I can interview on my show, because I teach podcasting at the school. So to adults, and I'm trying to show them what we need to do. Clubhouse was born. And I just sit back and check my emails and inboxes, and it's just a lovely thing, you know. So 98% of them come from Clubhouse now. With that being said, for you, I'd love to hear your best success story when it comes to Clubhouse, and then we're gonna move into what you do.
Man, it's been so many. I can't even, like, it's not even the cap. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize how helping people can, like, make your cup overflow. You know what I mean? Like you pour into other people. A lot of times you're used to not getting poured back into. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like more people just use you. But now it's people asking to help me. So because I'm helping people, not that I'm asking them, they're coming to say, Roth, what can I do to help you? You're always helping people. I love your room. You wake me up every morning. You help my routine. So I would say thus far, the biggest, I can't talk about, but I'm going to be a judge for an international competition in Jamaica next year. And then it's going to be going to 7 different continents or different countries. So that's the biggest thing. You're going to see some promotion in November this year. We're going to promote it for a whole year. It's a major DJ and artist contest that's going to be going down in Jamaica. So that is the biggest thing, because I mean, they like all expense paid. That like everything, like Rolf, you ain't got to worry about nothing, my guy. So I said that's probably one of, but I got some more stuff you're gonna be hearing soon. But
was that your Jamaican accent? I heard that.
Yeah, you heard me. You heard my.
I did. Yeah, it slipped out. Yeah, because you know, my grandfather was Jamaican, and I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Hello.
I've been to Jamaica many times. I love Jamaica, so it just only makes sense that
yeah,
I'll be back here to help them. I'll be talking about business, the music business, split sheets, all that stuff as well. So
oh my God,
I'm excited.
This is exciting. You know, it's something we kind of needed some type of green light through this pandemic. I know this word has just been used so loosely. The pandemic, COVID-19, the virus. We have been so inundated with all of that negative energy. And then Clubhouse had been around since March, April of last year, somewhere around that, and became like one of the most profitable, or should I say the fastest growing companies. Okay. And people were sitting on it dormant, going through the trials and tribulations of the evolution of Clubhouse. But if you use it in the right way, it can help just about anyone who has not known what to do if they prior to being on Clubhouse. Now, one thing I've always said, like for instance, my background is in marketing. Okay. So I have a PR firm. We do marketing, do printing and all that fun stuff. And I've done PR for the NFL players. I only do it during the off season because during the season, they don't need me. They got NBC, they got MSN, they got all that. But during the off season is when we reach out to the community. However, if we would have had something like Clubhouse, like when one of my clients made the Super Bowl, it would have been less of stress on my end trying to pull it all together because they are right here. You can almost pick and choose. It's like Tinder. Not that I'm on there, but my point is, it's like being able to choose who you network with. And I used to say all the time, just put me in the room. I'll take care of the rest.
Hello.
And this is a room. I'll take care of the rest.
And that's what they say, the thing, like your name being mentioned in rooms when you're not there. Like that's kind of the thing. Like, who gonna shout me out? I have met a lot of people, like you said, somebody told you about my room. This thing probably wouldn't happen if they didn't do that. So that's like you said, like making sure your name is mentioned in rooms when you're not even there. That's what counts.
This is true, and that's called branding. Clubhouse will force you to get it together because when I first started, I was going to the LaDonna Ray Consulting Instagram. That is not. I love doing PR marketing, but that takes care of itself. I, as a personality, am LaDonna Ray Show. Here's the thing. I want to ask you, who has been your most favorite guest in the room? Because you've had people that have written movies, that have had experience in the sync world or industry of things. You are always having one of those heavy hitters speak, and people are like this. They grab their pens, and they should be. And they're like, what? Oh my goodness, this is like a free seminar each and every morning. Yeah. What has been your most notable guest so far?
Excuse me. My notable guest got to be Miss Sophia Stewart from The Matrix and Terminator. I mean, before our conversation, because I want to tell the story really quick, because she is truly an oracle. She is truly like blessed with favor with God. Because I'm gonna tell the story. I'm gonna tell you about her. And I'm gonna tell you what happened to me 2 days ago. Just 2 days ago. So I met Sophia Stewart. We talked on the phone for about an hour and a half. And she just blew my mind. She told me about Neo being Muhammad Ali being the person behind Neo, and this stuff I didn't have no idea about. So she starts talking about religion, and she said there's a picture of this Pope kneeling to a black Mary and baby Jesus. So she sends me the picture because I'm like, I never seen that. So she sends me the picture on July 6th, right? So July 6th, she sent me the picture. She talks about it. I'm in the studio. I just met this guy. He wants me to run his studio. I just meet him. We start talking about everything. Start talking about guys. He brings up the picture. Out of all the topics, he brings up the same exact picture. I lost my mind. I said, hold on. The Oracle, we just talked about this. So a week, out of all the topics you can talk about, how do this man bring up the topic that me and Oracle? So I show him in my phone. I said, bro, a week ago, we was just talking about this, and now you're bringing this up out of all the religion talk and different things we could talk about. So that right there blew my mind even more. So Sophia Stewart is, I'm telling you, that woman is a godsend. If y'all get a chance to try to reach out and talk to her, she's down to earth. She's from New York, so she keep it real. But I'm telling you, that changed my life too. That conversation, Sophia Stewart, hands down. And I've had Bob Sumner, I had a lot of great people, legends. But that right there, because of all that's that tops the cake for me. So
I have to say that was one of the finest ones that I've been in on as well. Just listening to her talk about how those rights were stolen from her and how to avoid that for future use for other people. Here in Chicago, we have the radio station WVON, and we interviewed a similar situation where, again, the playwright was written and the copyrights were infringed upon, and now this, so when I hear these stories, I'm like, man, let's talk about avoiding that, because just because you're an artist doesn't mean you're properly educated in how to be an artist that's protected. protected. You got to have the right people around you, or you got to know what you're doing. So otherwise, you're going to go through the challenges of being possibly hijacked.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's people that just try to find ways to scheme and scam. That's all they do. So if they can figure out a way to either come up off of you for free, because everybody, they want something for nothing. So if they can take your hard work, your intellectual property, and try to claim it like there's theirs, that's, I mean, 90% of I'm gonna bring the number down. 85% of the industry is of somebody else's work. 85% of the industry is of somebody else's work, whether they got the credit for it or not. A lot of people don't have original ideas, so
wow.
They just scour the internet. There's a producer now that been watching my Instagram, and he, you know what I'm saying, when I'm gonna see him when I see him, and because he biting, he copying. So it's just like, my guy, you got to have some originality. If
you got to.
Yeah, like, so that's what I tell people is, you know, if you're really supposed to do it, you're going to be a creative person. You're going to be a unique person, and you're going to have a unique sound if you're really supposed to be doing it.
Man, that's what's up. Well, again, we're talking to Rothstein Beatz, right here on the LaDonna Ray Show. And speaking of beats, I want to go into why you started making them, because they're cold as heck. But what made you go into making beats?
Man, I appreciate that, LaDonna. Matter of fact, I always tell the story. The number one track that made me want to be a producer was Outkast Elevators. I was just blown away of the sonics, the snare, the reverb on the snare. It was just all this stuff. I was like, how did they do it? Like, I'm one of the people like, how the hell did you do that? Let me see. So once I kind of got around people who were doing it, and was, you know, going to the studio, because at that time it wasn't no home studios. You had to go to the studio. So I just was a sponge. And so I just start picking up stuff, you know, I start hearing sounds, and then it start crafting ideas. And so I'm in class, like, you know, in college, or like just in my head, just making beats or hearing beats in my head. And then when I was finally able to learn how to use the Triton and the MPC and stuff like that, I just started digging in more. And then the other producers that I like RZA, Kanye, and all them, I was like, hey man, I need to learn how to be better. You know what I mean? How can I compete? And that's what I really did. I just, you know, took some piano classes, learned music theory. I learned the business, you know, because it's a business first, you know what I mean? So those were the things that kind of just got me into this music realm of like, all right, I'm gonna be a producer, and this is what I'm gonna do. So yeah, man. So started with Outkast Elevators.
Dang, you kind of favor Andre a little bit. So I got a question for you. When you got into doing beats, I know that, you know, we sometimes stumble upon our new passion, and it grows, and we build upon it, and we perfect it, so to speak. Because I can be a perfectionist, which is a problem, because I'll always be my worst critic. Would you say that you're still your worst critic, or do you feel that you have gotten to a point where you can do things in your sleep?
I'm still my worst critic, but I'm also my number one fan. So like, it's kind of a balance, you know what I mean? Because you kind of can get intimidated when you're around people who have done more than you, or maybe a little bit more talented than you. So it really, I had to.
All right, guys, we just lost Rothstein. That just means that his signal went out, but he'll be back. So Rothstein is from Casino Gang Records. He's wearing his T-shirt to actually continue the branding. So that makes sense. You always gotta be branding. Always be branding. And guess who's back? Rothstein Beatz. You were saying, sir?
I know. I'm sorry.
Haters are in the IP.
That's right. They don't want us to be great, but we're gonna keep cooking. But I was just really saying that a lot of times you can get the imposter syndrome where you think, you know what I mean, like, am I really this good, or do I think, you know what I mean? Like, so it's a balance that you gotta have to believe in yourself, but also stay humble and know that you got more to learn. So that's just my thing, is being humble, but also knowing that I'm the so, you know what I'm saying, at the same time.
That part right there, imposter syndrome is real, but it keeps us, you know, pushing and wanting to do better, do more. I am so proud to just have you next to me virtually, because this is so important to be able to provide a platform for people such as yourself. I mean, I just feel like I'm not worthy, but thanks for being on the show, number one. And you look mighty comfortable over there. But before we get into making you uncomfortable, tell us about Casino Gang, because, you know, gang, we got to get it up so that people know where to. I'm just saying, people got to know what's up. You know, it's not just Rothstein. Rothstein is part of a brand. Let's go.
Yes, you're exactly right. And I'm glad to be here with you. So don't even do that, because you superstar. But anyway, Casino Gang birthed in 2008. But I just made it an LLC last year, 2020, April 2020. I still do have an entertainment company called On Blast Entertainment, which we were doing in Las Vegas. We were doing shows and all type of stuff, parties, promotion for clubs. We was doing all that. But I felt like it ran its course. Like, I felt like, you know what I mean? Like, I needed something to boost it back up. Like, I needed something to stick a little bit better. So with the name Rothstein, it comes from the movie Casino with Robert De Niro, Sharon Stone, you know. So to tie it in, you know what I mean? First I called it CGs, which is, you know, we seeing G's, but then I was like, that kind of sound like a gang. So then I was like, well, shoot, why not be Casino Gang? And so then I was just like, you know what I mean? So then everybody's like, nah, I like that. So, you know, even though I'm in Virginia right now, we don't have a casino as of yet, but, you know what I mean? It's representing Vegas, you know, that's my home. And, you know, but it's funny enough, all my artists right now are from Virginia. So, you know what I mean? So, but that's how Casino Gang got started. It's myself, Brand Brain, Megan B, and my sister Naomi J are my team right now. But I'm grooming 3 other singers that I met off of Clubhouse. And,
wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna work with them. They're young and up and coming, so they hungry, they listening, they're getting the books and learning about the business side. So they're gonna be a beast as long as they stay with me, you know what I mean, and stick with the plan. They should be dropping next year.
That's what's up. That snuck in on me. A sneeze. I'm sorry. Man, that's what's up. So the CG is on the CH, getting it in. That is what's up. I'm just like, you know, I love hearing these success stories, because a lot of times when people are not part of the Clubhouse world, they don't really understand what we're talking about. But that's okay, because the opportunities that are opening up, because again, we're being put in the room with people that we should have been working with, or now we're ready to work with at this point. Something like that will have you getting your stuff together.
But you know, it's amazing. I mean, people, if you're not on Clubhouse, I don't know, and you're in music, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I don't know what the hell you in there, because I mean, it's the industry.
They're selling CDs out their trunk, man. You know, they still doing it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, they still, you know what I'm saying? They still talking about MySpace and stuff, I guess. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the wave. So, man, but if there's anything I could do for your class, you know, I'm big on that as well. So if there's, you know, anything I could do to help out with that, I'm available for you.
Absolutely. I would love for you to speak to my class. I'm just trying to organize it all. As you said, we talked about the inundation that's going through our DMs and everything. So I'm just trying to organize everything. I would love for you to talk to my class, because they need to know from professionals from whence they came and where they are and what it takes. Love you, Rusty.
Hello. Love you, Ray. Love you, LaDonna. I'm gonna call you LD for some reason. I'm gonna call you LD for some reason. So
yeah, that's the other nickname. That's the other nickname that, you know. But back in my day, it was that meant learning disability. And I'll be in the room on Monday. Hello.
No, for sure. Hello, and I'm gonna be doing something in Chicago as well. So when I do, I will hit you up, because I want you to be a part of it as one of my.
For sure, I'm there.
You'll be one of my special guests for that. So
appreciate it. All right, I got you. Okay, right, sir. Well, tell everybody where to find you. Before we get out of here, I want you to tell everybody where to find you and what you're working on, and then I'm gonna swipe myself out so they can just hear you, sir. Go.
Well, hey, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate everybody who's listening. This is your boy Rothstein Beatz. You can find me. You can Google me, Rothstein Beatz. You're gonna find everything that you need. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Clubhouse. On Instagram, it is I am Rothstein Beatz. but as soon as you type my name in, you'll find me. Shout out to Megan B. Her single drops July 31st called Ride, produced by me, released by Casino Gang Records. Brandon Brain got his single called One, dropping in August, late August. And then we have Naomi J dropping Vibe in September 13th. We already got that date locked in. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with Casino Gang, Rothstein Beatz, Music Network and No Egos, LaDonna Ray Show, and all that. Make sure you just tap in, stay in line, and hey man, again, thank you again, LaDonna, for having me. And hey, God bless y'all, and peace.
That's what's up, what's up, what's up? You'll hear me on Monday. I can't wait. And then we'll keep you tuned in on what's going on with Rothstein Beatz and all of his artists. Man, congrats on everything you do, man. This has been a pleasure. Can't wait to have you back on the show, sitting next to you virtually. That's what we do.
Hello.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rothstein.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Man, we just interviewed Rothstein Beatz. I mean, literally, I listen to him each and every morning on the radio show on Clubhouse called the No Egos Room. This is where it's happening, y'all. You have to get on Clubhouse in order to see what I'm talking about. They have special guests each and every morning. It's from 8 a.m. Eastern to 12 p.m. Eastern, and this is just the place to be. This is my morning coffee each and every morning. And after everyone speaks and gives a little spiel about themselves, they say, hello. All right. So that's what I love about the room and connecting in the power of networking. All right. I'm your girl, LaDonna Ray, right here on the LaDonna Ray Show. You can find us on social media everywhere. Just look up LaDonna Ray Show. That's LaDonna Raeh on social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. But most of all, subscribe to us on YouTube. I just reached 100 subscribers. That's big to me because I just started my channel earlier this year, March, April, somewhere around there. And I'm up to 100 subscribers, I should say. This is big. So now we have our own channel that says LaDonna Ray Show. That's what's up. Let's do it. Let's get up to 1,000 so we can monetize. Okay? Because, hey, it ain't easy out here. All right? For a show host. See you next time on the LaDonna Ray Show. Bye-bye for now. Peace!